Hello, Alpana. Hello, Apurva.
Hi, Dev.
First things first, I'm glad that you're here. I've seen your work, the work that you've been doing with women, and the videos that I've seen. And I really felt कि शायद ज़िंदगी में बहुत लेट जानने को मिला ऐसे लोगों से, मतलब मिलने का मौका या फिर ऐसे लोगों के बारे में. It's just fantastic. And I really felt deep inside कि यार this is how you do work. ऐसा अगर आपको करना है सोशल इम्पैक्ट के ऊपर, बिकॉज यू आर द फाउंडर्स एंड co-founders of She Power. I've seen many NPOs, NGOs, I've been associated with them, and there are very few that I really like, that I really appreciate. And the moment I saw yours, I think there was one of my friends in the room. He was helping me clean, and I told, अगर फाउंडेशन बनाना है या फिर अगर कुछ सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप करना है तो ऐसा करना है. एंड आई रियली जेन्युइनली से दैट आई एम ग्लैड, एंड शायद ये मेरी खुश नसीबी है दैट आई एम हियर विथ यू, एंड आई एम जस्ट एक्साइटेड टू हैव lots of conversations with you guys today.
Great.
And want to learn a lot of things from you both. And the first thing that I'd ask is, Apurva, you mentioned that Alpana is your teacher.
Yes.
Right? So we'll start off with that.
Sure.
How did you meet your teacher and how did you come together? Because मैं बोलता हूँ, मुझे ना टीचर से थोड़ा डर लगता है. ठीक है, आई हैव बीन इन माई स्कूलिंग, माई डिग्री, एंड मैं ना ज़्यादा, मतलब आई एम अ गुड स्टूडेंट, बट देन थोड़ा दूर रहता हूँ, थोड़ा डर लगता है टीचर से. वो मारते पीटते थे तब बचपन में, अभी नहीं, अभी तो नहीं मारते हैं. बट आई वॉन्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डिड यू बोथ फाइंड ईच अदर, हाउ डिड यू फाइंड योर टीचर, हाउ डिड योर टीचर find you, and you know, I want to understand the journey and how did you actually start working on She Power together?
Sure. So I'll start from.
First of all, Dev, but thank you very much for your kind and inspiring and encouraging words. And it meant a lot for us that you understand.
Right.
And you are appreciating our work. It means a lot.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for appreciating the work, the vision that we have been seeing, and definitely we will together. I think when we'll start meeting such people with same mindset, the mindset is that we want to be change makers. We want to make this world more beautiful.
Right.
So that is the mission, and if we are meeting such people and if we can vibe together, then nothing like that. I think that is the best part.
Right.
And good that you found us helpful. You found us good enough for the society, and together we all will make this, bring this change for the world.
Right.
So coming to that question that you asked me, कि how I met Alpana and from where my journey actually started. So I would say कि before I met her, it was different Apurva, and I took a whole new birth after meeting her. So I don't, since you are very scared of meeting a teacher or the name teacher, I would tell you that there is a difference when we say a teacher or a guru. So guru is a word came from a Sanskrit, it's a Sanskrit word called guru. Guru means the person who removes darkness. Guru. So ru is darkness and gu is removal. So somebody who removes the darkness, it's called guru.
Okay. This is the first time I've understood the meaning of guru. I've never knew. पहले मुझे पता ही नहीं था. पहली बार. अच्छा, so that's the meaning of guru.
That's the meaning of guru.
Wow.
Okay, and you cannot find the guru. You cannot search for the guru. You are blessed with guru. Okay, and only when you are ready, you will be blessed with the guru. It's a blessing. You cannot search for the guru. So many people would ask me, "Ki you found a guru? How can we find?" So I would tell them कि if the thirst is there, if you have that connection with the God, and you would tell God कि God, why not me? Why are you not sending your blessing to me? So He will send someone for you.
Right.
So that is how few years back, like in 2014, a friend sent me a book. It was like Many Masters, Many Lives, Many Masters.
Okay.
And I read that book and understood that on this earth is a matrix, and if you want to break this matrix, if you want to see above and beyond this matrix, you need a guide. Without a guide, this earth is very tough. And then I was like, what am I doing on this earth? How to do? Because I was so confused in my own life. I was pretty, leading a pretty good life. I was married and I had a husband, a good household was there. Nothing major was happening at that point of time, or it was happening, but I wasn't aware. And you know, in Indian society, you feel that everything is normal. Even if you are, you know, facing some issues, matrimonial issues, you should just ignore it. So maybe I was living I was sleeping in my own life. So, but when I found this book, I just got that indication from God that yes, now I need a guide. And from there, my journey started. The moment you get that thirst, that you want help, is the first step.
Right.
And then everything will be sent by God. So that is why we say ki in your thoughts you should be very clear what you exactly want, and everything around you will change then. So that is how I met her. I moved from Pune to, I was in Pune in 2012, and then I moved to Hyderabad, and I started living somewhere else. And when I got this book, I read it, and you know, within 3-4 months, we changed the society and we moved to the society where she was also living. Okay, I was absolutely unaware. What am I supposed to do? I was very, very disturbed with my mental state. I wasn't happy. So, but there was no clue why I'm not happy. Okay, I was seeking. So one day, I know this shop is there in the society. I went there and I met her, and I was just looking at her. I found her very different, very vibrant, and with a lot of energy. But she was not looking at me. I was continuously observing her, and all of a sudden, we were choosing the vegetable. She said, "Ki I conduct yoga and meditation classes on the top floor. If you want, you can come." And I was like, wow, that's a blessing of God. And instantly I could just, catch the sign of the universe. That is the sign and I'm coming tomorrow. I was very sure. And the moment, Dev, I could feel the shift in the energy. In my own energy, I could feel the shift. And that was the moment I could understand how your energy changes when you meet a person with the higher frequency. So that changed everything, and that is how I started taking her classes. She used to take meditation classes of people of the same society, and I was one of them. And that is how I started, interacting with her more. Apart from meditation, I was a seeker. So I had spiritual seekings, why it is happening. I had a lot of questions. And I was working at that point of time, and things were not very good at my household. I was very disturbed. Matrimonial issues were there. And she was like, you have to work on yourself. You can never blame anyone. And that is how I started finding relevance and honesty in each and every word. Because then I could also relate wherever, be it Gita, be it Quran, Bible, anywhere, whatever I have read, it is the same. So because the Gyan is universal, the truth is universal, you cannot find difference in that. And then I thought she's the one who can, lead my way to the truth. So I was seeking the truth, and from there it started. It's been like almost 11 years now. 11 years. In between, I went to US, came back, we started working together. When I came back from US to India in 2018, I came back. I got separated from my husband during that time, and we decided let us form a company together. So we founded our own company. It was into recruitment, IT recruitment.
Okay.
And we decided since we have decided to, lead this life on earth with the purpose that we want to bring change. And that change, God will guide us how to bring that change and how to move forward. But one day at a time, this moment at a time. So at this point of time, if God is telling us to run this company, let us start this company. She told me, let us do it together. We founded a company. Gradually, she got this idea because she only gets those visions. Now what is the next step? So that is how we understood whatever revenue we are generating from this company, we have to keep it for some bigger work. Okay, she didn't get that understanding at that point of time what we are going to do with that. But in few years she got this idea of She Power, She Power app, and one day she called me, Apurva, come and just start noting it down. On pen and paper. She told me, draw this. This is, what is this? This is going to be the app for women. That is how it all started. And she was already working in slums since the age of 12. She was working.
Right.
So she had that idea ki what is going on, how the change is happening in Uttar Pradesh. She said ki now this is going to bring revolution. And this is how the app is going to look like. Then all our revenue that we generated from that company, we invested in creation of that app. So that is how the app was created. She Power came into existence.
Wow.
And since then we are the app has become a tool. It has become a big project, She Power project, where we are running multiple programs.
Right.
So it is
amazing. We'll shift to Alpna. I want to understand this. First things, what was the first impression that you had on Apurva? Because now she told from her perspective. Now I want to understand, जब आप वहाँ पे थे मार्केट के अंदर, जब वेजिटेबल्स आप देख रहे थे, आपको क्यों लगा, कैसे लगा कि I think I should approach her, and what was your impression, कैसे थी और अभी कैसे हैं, and at the same time the work that you have done when you thought of this idea of She Power app altogether. I want to understand, how did that idea come, and what made you believe that let's work together on this and bring that into life?
Yeah, so as she told you earlier, so since beginning I used to have these visions and sounds coming from inside. So since childhood I was having these kind of visions and signs and all those things. So I just knew. So since childhood I just knew that what I'm supposed to do. I was, and then I got deep into this spirituality and all the scriptures. So till the age of 12 or 14, I have read Upanishad, Vedas, and everything, and I have won many awards also. So which was
you have completed reading all the Vedas and Upanishads by the age of 14.
16, by the
16.
age of 16.
Okay.
And I just knew everything. I just started working as social worker. So I joined Sarvodaya. It was established by Vinoba Bhave. So and Brahm Vidya. So I used to lecture. I used to give lectures. So my lectures would be like 1 hour, 2 hour long on spirituality at that age, the age of 16. Then later on also I started working. As I told you, my father was already working for women empowerment in the slums and village areas of Uttar Pradesh.
I'm a fan of your father. Please send all my love to your father, and I definitely would want your father to be here. And I definitely want to talk about a lot of things that he is working on and how he started as well.
Sure. Yeah. So then later on I got married. My husband was an IAS officer. He's an ex-IAS officer.
Okay.
He left after 10 years. I have 2 kids. So I was telling you, so that so I got married, and that thirst for knowing that unknown, the ultimate unknown, was still there. So I have read everything, and then after that I have performed all the kind of pujas and everything. I was too much into bhakti. When I came to Hyderabad, so I thought ki I have done enough pujas of North gods, but I didn't do enough puja of South gods. So that's why I might not be able to know that ultimate unknown. I wanted to, so my thirst since childhood.
अच्छा, तो आपको लगा शायद इसीलिए मुझे नहीं पता है अभी तक.
क्योंकि साउथ वाले देवताओं की पूजा तो अच्छे से नहीं की है, तो मैंने साउथ के सारे कस्टम मानने शुरू कर दिए. एक बड़े से गणेशास भी बिठाए. जो भी मैंने आसपास देखा वो सब मैंने कस्टम मानने शुरू कर दिए. But that thirst was knowing to that ultimate unknown, to meet that God. It didn't happen. But I was doing that. So I was raising my kids, I was doing household work, I was doing everything. But that thirst, and I was doing this Samaj Seva also. Whenever I used to go to Uttar Pradesh, I used to go to slums. I used to teach women how to live, what is their rights, how to be aware of their rights, and what is the right way of protest against their, if someone is telling to do against their will and don't allow. I was doing all those things. So social services was there, raising the kids was there, love of husband was there, love of family was there, and the decent lifestyle was also there. But that void, that was not I was not able to fulfill that void inside my heart. So, but suddenly in 2012, so I learned, by that time I learned meditate. I joined Brahm Kumaris also. I joined many things, right? So I joined Brahm Kumaris also, and I learned meditation. So I was in meditation, and in 2012 sometime, so I sat into meditation when my kids went to school, husband went to work. I was all alone, maids have gone. So it was around 9. And at the time, so what would you call it, out of body experience and all. I met God, I met energy, and after that I could understand that is the energy which is everywhere, which is in everyone on this earth, and we are just actors. This body is just a costume, and is beyond this body we are everything. This body is nothing, this life is nothing in comparison to what we are from inside. I got that understanding, and then I could understand the meaning of what is written in our Vedas, that God is just understanding. Ishwar Gyan hai. When you know everything, who you are, why you come, that is God. When you know your script, when you know who you are, when you know why this earth is made of or made for, and why these things happen, why those situations came into your life, why those bad or good people came into your life. That was such a beautiful purpose behind every scene of your life. When you understand, that you become fulfilled, that you become complete. That completeness came in 2012 sometime, and after that I started teaching, and it also happened organically because I had a very good person as my neighbor. She was having lots of problem in her life. She wasn't able to solve her problems, mental issues, family issues, all were there. So she said, how can you become, she asked me question that how can you be so calm and so focused and all. So I said, I do yoga and meditation in the morning, and she said, can you teach me? So I said, yeah, I can teach you. And after 1 or 2 months, she started seeing the results in her calmness and in her surroundings and in her environment, and she could be more focused, calm, and all those things. And her problems, her physical health issues are also get cured. So then she introduced me. She asked other people also to come and join my classes. By that time I started like regular classes. Okay, I will set my 1 hour for teaching people, and they used to come to me. Then I said कि okay, ये वाला time है, आप इस समय आओ, मैं आपको इस समय सिखा दिया करूँगी. So that's how I started. So come again to Apurva. So I saw Apurva 2 times before I spoke to her. Okay. And every time I saw her, there was a voice coming inside, a very strong voice. Go and tell her about your classes. Go and tell her about your classes. I said, no, like my classes are for like the people who are who really wanted to seek help. And then she looked so fit, so this thing, and very tall, beautiful, educated, high-fi. So I said, okay, she might not needing my class. And I'm I thought myself, I'm very humble. I come from a very humble background. Right? And I talk to like very ordinary people. I love talking very ordinary people in a very ordinary way, very informal way. And the way I used to teach was also very informal. Like some neighbors are coming and just telling them what is the right way to live. It was not any teacher and student type of conversation, just the dialogue. Okay, they ask me question, I say कि no, हम ऐसा करेंगे, like it's written and God wants us this, all those kind of things. So 2 times before I finally spoke to her, so that strong voice come. Right. I came, and then 3rd time when that came, I wasn't even looking at her because I didn't want to address that voice. Right. So then I said, okay, I have I conduct a yoga class, and I would like to say that she calls me her guru. So when a baby born, so mother also, तब मदर का जन्म भी होता है, माँ का जन्म होता है जब एक बच्चा जन्म लेता है. तो मैं कहती हूँ कि अगर ये शिष्य बनी तो एक गुरु का जन्म भी तभी हुआ. Before that I wasn't a guru. रुला रहे हो आप मुझे. मैं रो पड़ूंगा, मैं बहुत इमोशनल हूँ. when she came into my life, I think that Gurudom came with her
Wow.
into me. So that's our story.
Right. How did you start working on She Power? When did that come from? Because Apurva, she moved to US as well, and then she came back, and lots of things have happened. And then when she came back, and then you called her up and you wanted to work on She Power together. I want to understand that aspect. How did you get that idea, and what made you actually start She Power?
So as I told you that since childhood I was working for women empowerment, and I could see the poor condition of marginalized section of society, and no political party was fair enough to literally take care of poor people of our India. So it's been like it's been 75 years of freedom. But when you go to those poor societies, poor areas of our country, drainage problem, road problem, no education, nothing. Right, so I moved by seeing those problems. और भ्रष्टाचार इतना है हमारे देश में, करप्शन, पॉवर्टी, उन लोगों को रहने का जगह नहीं है, सरकारी स्कूलों की, सरकारी हॉस्पिटलों की जो हालत है, और खास तौर से उनमें भी जो फिर औरतें हैं, उनके पास
आज के दिन में वॉइस भी नहीं है।
वो एक डिग्निटी की जो लाइफ होती है, जो हमारे संविधान, जो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने जो प्रीएम्बल है उसकी जो एक वादा किया था कि हम हर इंसान को एक डिग्निटी की लाइफ देंगे, इक्वलिटी की लाइफ देंगे, आई कुडंट सी इट एनीवेयर. And like those people who were responsible, those people who were in power and responsible to bring that the dignity to that human, to those poor people as human, that was missing. So I really wanted to do anything, but for that I needed like, लोग कहते हैं कि आपके पास पावर होनी चाहिए, कुछ होना चाहिए, तब आप कर सकते हो. हम नीचे से कर ही क्या सकते हैं. Then I got this idea of Gandhi ji, as I told you that we are Gandhians and we believe in Gandhi philosophy from our core. So उनका एक था कि पहले आप अवेयर करो लोगों को, फिर उसके बाद उनको यूनाइट करो, और उसके बाद आप संघर्ष करो, देन फाइट. फर्स्ट मेक पीपल अवेयर what is right, what is wrong,
and then bring them
unite
together.
them, right?
Wow.
And then fight, and then your fight will be heard by the people who are responsible for this wrongdoing to them. So I wanted to do that. So through my father's work and all, I could see that that's getting success in a small part of our nation, India, UP, okay, villages of UP. So they got aware of the problem. They make people aware of that problem, like sanitation problem or hospital problem, roads problem. They get united and then they fight. And equally they go to the responsible offices of deputy collectors or CMOs, and their problem is got solved. They listen and they promise to solve their problem, and it gets solved. So I thought that this can be done throughout the India. सब पूरे देश में सेम प्रॉब्लम्स है. तो अगर हम एक छोटे से हिस्से में देश के सफल हो सकते हैं, तो हम पूरे देश में भी सफल हो सकते हैं. सो आई थॉट कि कैसे उन लोगों को यूनाइट किया जाए, क्योंकि लैंग्वेज बैरियर है और हम लोग कहाँ से जाएंगे, साधन भी नहीं है.
हाँ जी.
तो फिर हमने सोचा कि एक ऐप बनाया जाए, सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म काइंड का, जहाँ पे लीडर्स और सिटीजन्स को, जो सोशल लीडर्स हैं, उनको जोड़ दिया जाए, और जो अवेयरनेस करने का काम है वो ये ऐप करे, फिर यूनाइट करने का काम करे, फिर फाइट का काम हम नेक्स्ट उस पे छोड़ते हैं कि कैसे हम लोगों तक अपनी, और जो पावर में बैठे लोग हैं उन तक कैसे हम अपनी समस्याएं और अपनी बात पहुंचाएं. सो वहां से ये आइडिया ने जन्म लिया कि हम एक ऐप का निर्माण करते हैं जो हमारी समस्या को हल कर दे, लोगों को अवेयर करे और लोगों को जोड़े. So as I told you that I was since my childhood, I was too much into spirituality.
हाँ जी.
And knowing this world from a spiritual चश्मा से, है ना. तो मैं उस लोगों को मैं देख ही नहीं पाती थी. मेरा नॉर्मल बिहेवियर लोगों के साथ नहीं हो पाता था. People found me very this thing strange, because when they come with a normal problem with me, including my kids. So I would always see their problem from a spiritual perspective and give them a spiritual answer, which are of course 100% right, and only those can solve their problem. But the how to perceive those spiritual perspective into a very worldly way, here she filled that gap. So she said, see, she wants to say this. She wants to say this. And she would be able to convey
articulate
those thoughts,
it in a more,
yes,
right, in a more better way.
In a more worldly way, in a more practical way. So when you come to me with a problem, I will say do this, but that's not practical. You won't be able to do that. And I don't know any other way than spiritual. She knows the both ways. She learned by heart the spirituality, and before that she was into corporate work.
She was also very practical.
She has worked into companies and all. So here I found out that God has sent me to fill that gap. The idea would be mine, but how to give body to that idea would be her work, so that people can see it. Because people can't see an idea. They would be able to see the body. And she is able to give the body to my ideas, which are very much raw and spiritual. But when she gives them body, they become very understandable and very feasible for people to follow. So here she comes. She filled that gap.
How do you feel when she tells you?
So we actually keep discussing on this.
Right,
so I feel that is what we have this understanding since the very beginning. She is the soul, I am the body. Okay, and mind has no value. We don't give any value to mind.
Right, okay.
So that is how, if the mind is coming, we have to see where it is coming and ruining the purpose of God. Okay, so when she is all soul, so she will just and why the body is needed, why the body is given to us. First of all, the body is given to us to do the task that God want us to become the medium and do on the earth, right? So we are the body, and we should make best use of our body.
Right.
So when I met her, I could understand that I am the body, she is all soul. So she has the ideas of God that is directly coming from the God, and I have complete understanding and what you say, a belief. What I won't call it belief, but I would call it कि एक understanding बनी इतने सालों की हम जब साथ में रहे, और एक soul connection जो एक soul bonding होती है वो एक बनी, और जब हमें समझ में आया कि we don't want anything, both of us don't want anything for ourselves, तो वो एक path हमारा clear हो गया कि we are walking on the path where we both are zero. Now from where we are starting, zero से start कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, end result भी zero है, ठीक है. Now in between what we are supposed to do. So बीच में करना क्या है? She would get visions, she would get the idea कि ये करना है. I will just write it down, give it what do you say,
tangible
structure.
a tangible structure.
It's tangible structure.
As she told in the beginning that there was some idea was keep coming. So there will be 2 login, leader login, citizen login, there would be this color and all.
And I was like scribble.
She was supposed to write. Then we hired a company.
This is like Bhagavad Gita. No, not Bhagavad Gita. This is like Mahabharata.
Arjuna
you remember?
and Krishna?
No, not Arjuna and Krishna. It's like, you remember the story. If I don't know if you know this or not. Ved Vyas, he narrated the story, and Ganesh starts writing, and there was this condition that whatever I say, you have to write, and you shouldn't stop.
We hired a company from Bangalore. So this company was supposed to build this app. So I would say this, I want this. Then she will tell to this company. This company said ki
we outsourced.
It cannot be happen. It cannot happen. You don't know anything about technology, and it cannot happen. Right. I said, see. Then she would come back to me. Ki see, the main architect of that app is saying these things, that this is not possible. I said, see, this is coming from God. This has to happen like that. Then you have to make them understand in their language or whatever language, right? So अगर मैं बोल दूँगी सिर्फ कि ऐसा होना है तो कोई भी नहीं समझेगा. But you understand that and it's happening.
But that's a great combination.
Then she used to understand what from where I'm coming, then from where I'm seeing that, and what literally I want to say. She would understand exactly, and then she would absorb it. Then she'll come an idea, and she will guide to the company. And then say, yeah. Then it can happen. Then the final product, see, I told you that it can happen.
So she would always tell me, do not come back to me with their idea. You have to never come to me what they are telling you. You have to understand.
The Guru is little strict to that.
Very strict.
No, I completely. So the moment you told that this is how you both worked, I got reminded of Ved Vyas and Ganesh ji, and there were those conditions also, no, that you shouldn't stop, and if you stop, then I'll and then he had.
Ganesha said that you cannot stop. while I'm writing,
Right.
not stop.
Right.
So then Vedyasa also put a shirt.
That you should also not stop writing.
No. That okay, whatever you are writing, you will understand first.
And then write.
And then when Vyas was thinking something, and he say something like very
tough. He should understand.
And then he will take few seconds, and by the time Vyas
I was going to the same struggle, where I had to understand from where
पहले आप समझो, उसके बाद समझाओ.
पहले लिखो, फिर समझाओ. So that was the process I was following. But yeah, because I was coming from a background which was absolutely, I had given 10 years of my life into corporate world, and I did my masters in biotechnology from Birla.
No, biotechnology.
Yes, I did research on cancer from IIT Kanpur, and then I did my MBA from Symbiosis. So, and then I had a very good corporate career, and then I thought, I was exploring everything. Because I did my research, I was into biotechnology, science side I was, and then I realized I was in IIT lab one day, and I realized this is not something I want to do. Okay, then I did my MBA, I joined corporate, and I started with corporate trainings. And there I realized I am enjoying talking to people, I'm enjoying telling them what is right, whatever I have learned through my experiences, and that is helping people. Okay, but then I realized no, this is also not what I want in my life. There's something different, but at that moment I was not able to recognize what exactly I want. So I just left everything at that point of time. I left everything. I was very
Which year was this?
This was 2014.
Okay, 2014.
Yeah. So just before I met her. So I was very religious, doing puja. I was very following everything. Then I realized I had a very casual relationship with God, where I used to talk to him in my puja, and I told God see, I love you. And it's not that I'm scared of you, and I don't want anything from you. It's only this relationship is love, and I'm not able to find any logic in doing puja now, and I respect, because the bhakti is only given by the puja, but now somehow I'm not able to connect, so I'm leaving it, and I'm leaving it. I'm telling you that I'm leaving it. You are going to decide my next step. How am I going to meet you? How I am able to understand you, because somehow I'm not able to understand. I'm stuck here. I've tried everything possible. So this was 6 months before I met, 1 year before I met her, 2012. Then I went to Badrinath, and in Badrinath I went inside the mandir. I started crying, and the only words that came out of my mouth was I want a mentor, I want a guide, send me guide. And the tears were falling, and I was just crying, and I was like, in the moment I came out from that main mandir तो वहाँ बाहर आते ही सारे आंसू चले जाते थे, and I was blank. फिर उसके बाद मैं किसी तरह मैनेज करके, because that is not allowed in the mandir, you cannot go again and again, there is a big queue, you have to follow the rules. But somehow I don't know what happened, miraculously happened there the priest allowed me. And he also allowed me to sit there inside. So I sat there for 1 hour, and I just could understand now onwards my life is going to change. So that was a moment when I could understand कि अच्छा ये चाबी मिल गई है मुझे, अब मुझे गाइड मिलेगा और वो मुझे निकालेगा इस मैट्रिक्स से बाहर. So अर्थ इज अ मैट्रिक्स, उससे बाहर निकलना है तो यू नीड अ गाइड. वो वहां समझ में आ गया. फिर उसके बाद 1 साल लगा पूरा. उस 1 साल में जिसे बोलते पकना, वो मैं पकी पूरा, अंदर एब्जॉर्ब किया कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आई वांट, एम आई रियली श्योर व्हाट आई वांट, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन माय लाइफ, व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू डू, व्हाई एम आई स्टॉपिंग एवरीथिंग. Okay, so from there when I met her, I could instantly pick कि कहाँ से आ रहा है ये. बिकॉज 1 साल लगा ना प्रोसेस करने में कि चाहिए क्या, तो वो टाइम दिया.
Her background, it helped us. So I don't want to meet people because I know that they would not understand me. They will ask something, then I'll say something, and there would be like mismatch of energies. They would not understand what I'm saying. So they would say कि आपके पास पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? Then I say that no, we don't need money. We shouldn't talk
ऐसे
about
कैसे?
money. Money is like oxygen. Whenever you need it, it's there. You never think of oxygen, and the oxygen is very much needed for your life. The same way, money is also very much needed for your life,
Right.
but you're not supposed to think about money. So they will not understand. So I don't meet many people. I don't meet anyone. So if someone wants to
Thank
meet
you.
me,
You came to meet me
I
today.
insisted her. I said, ki, no, we have to go together. Somehow I feel ki Dev should meet you.
and then she says, see, whatever I want to say or whatever they want to ask, you go and tell them. You go and tell them. So she's the front, right?
Right, the face.
So because I understand somehow that people will not be able to connect with me directly. So here she bridged that gap.
Right.
So she is there to talk and her background.
I'm glad you met each other.
Yeah.
You were complete by yourselves, but I think meeting each other just made each other better. And now I want to understand now, since the same question, when she told that she want to work for Sheep Power, what was your reaction, and how did you connect to it?
So before Sheep Power came into existence just 2 years back, and I know her since for last 11 years.
11 years.
And I know what uncle has been doing. Okay, we used to go visit the villages and could see what change he has brought. Okay, so he has changed the face of 50 villages in Uttar Pradesh, and that is a very big change. Those women who were victims now are leaders.
Wow.
Okay, they are absolutely illiterate. They have zero understanding of what is written on paper. So they are absolutely uneducated, but they are not voiceless. So uncle gave them voice. Okay, and then I observed that she used to go and tell me. She used to tell me that I'm going. I spent my entire summer in those villages. I'm going there. So I had that idea that what she is doing there. I also wanted to be part of it because that was giving meaning and purpose to my life when I used to hear what is happening there. And then one day when it started in my life also, because I'm from a privileged class. Why I say privileged? Because I have a privilege of education. Okay, and they are absolutely uneducated, and they are leaders. Okay, they can fight against the system, against the highly influential people. They would go to their office directly and say what is wrong, fearlessly. But when coming back to me, I was privileged. I had the privilege of double masters, research and everything, corporate background of 10 years. While at home I was facing domestic violence, I was facing matrimonial issues. A lot of issues were there. That's fine and part of journey. And then while I was facing all that and I was taking her classes, she said ki if you cannot voice your opinion or fight for justice yourself, what kind of person you are? And I was under that impression where we are taught by our own mothers ki you have to adjust. Okay, you have to let go. You have to, you cannot break the family.
Dignity is in being quiet.
In being quiet. So I was coming from that background of, I'm from, if you have heard of a place called Unnao, it is near Lucknow.
I know.
Okay, that's a small place. In that small place, nobody talks about divorce. Nobody talks about any matrimonial issue because that is very common in UP. So my parents also told me that this is very common in every household, this keeps happening and you have to adjust. Okay, so I was also finding faults in myself. There was a sense of guilt always there that maybe I'm not good enough. Until she also came to me and she told me that she was already a social activist, right? And she was already working for women. She told me that if you cannot fight for yourself, why are we teaching to those who are absolutely unprivileged? You are privileged, you do not have your voice. What will you teach to your daughter? Okay, I had a daughter, I have 2 kids. So at that time I realized that the kids are silent observers. What are they observing, right? And learning from their mother. So that was the moment when I decided that I have to take the stand, and then I got separated from my husband. And when I got separated, started living separately, she told me that, see, we are working on the same path, common purpose is there. Why are you living separately? Let us live together.
Wow.
And
That's
that
so
is
good of you. That's so great of you.
And you know कि we are living in a different world, Dev. मतलब if you would visit us, you will find a entirely different atmosphere at our place. Her family is there. My family, they are not related by blood. But you will see more concern. You cannot even imagine what kind of love and bonding they have. The kids have with each other. So that is the kind of concept we have in the family, where they all do meditation. They all understand God. They all know that there is one energy, one God, and they are never in between right and wrong. They are very clear. We call them.
All the kids, they are not into societal pressure or religion.
None of them.
Or borders. So they all, since the age of like 6 of her daughter is 9-year-old, but since many years they all know there is one humanity, one world, and they are children of God, and like them every other soul is the child of God. So there is oneness.
Right.
We have taught them,
Right.
and one day they will teach the world.
Right.
So she power came into existence much later, where we identified ki, see, whatever instructions we are getting, we are understanding she is getting, we have to do that. So by that time, whatever was needed to create she power was there. What funds, whatever were needed, we didn't ask any fund from outside for our app. So we absolutely we outsourced the team. We created this app. So during this process, while the app was getting created, I was completely absorbed with our organization. I also started working with her husband in her husband's company, because we needed more funds. So everybody in our family is living their individual life. Okay, it's not that there is no family pressure on any of us. Okay, they have their own world. They are all living together, but they have their individual lives. So her husband is running a company.
The purpose of their life.
Yes, the purpose of they are following it, and they even the smallest of them, the youngest of them, they do not have any pressure. They are following what they want. They do not have any pressure of studies or anything. So that is how we all are leading. Then when we started to go ahead with She Power, we knew that once She Power is formed, we won't be able to give any time to anything else. It's like absolute dedication is needed for this project, because this project is very big. So as you can now understand how big the project is now, and we are running 7 programs under this. It takes a lot of dedication.
That was my next question, actually.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, like, what exactly you guys are doing with She Power.
Yeah.
Please continue.
So like I told you, these are 7 projects that we are running. So we started with a tool. So that is how you can say how the God sends his messages, create this. So we were under this assumption okay, we have to create this app. The app will do the task. Until then, we didn't know it is going to be a She Power project, and She Power app is just a tool. So it is a tool which is going to bring all the NGOs, all the NGOs, all the social leaders, all the corporate leaders and
what
citizens.
We are perceiving it, there's going to be a women awareness movement, and then we throughout the year we are going to conduct seminars in various school, colleges, and slum areas, poor areas, poor people areas, that the impact this women awareness. Women awareness campaign or movement and its impact on society, because through our experience I could understand that if women are voicing against any issues in the society, it is heard, and it is they could able to bring the solution to the table. So I found it very encouraging, very inspiring. So what I thought, there are various problems in our nation, in our country. If we can unite all the women together, and they can voice and themselves, and they can unite, and they can fight against those issues and bring authorities to give them solution, I think that can change the face of our India and later on the world. So I think that women should come together as a force and work towards betterment of society. Only women.
Acha, I also want to add here one more thing. Ki when uncle started, Alpna's father started the organization in 1985. Okay, he was also working before that also, but Jan Kalyan Ubhokta Samiti came into existence in 1985.
Right.
Okay, so where he started working more towards women. So he started with People's Movement. Okay, when he used to conduct workshops in villages, it were for everybody, not just women. But only women used to come. Men were not coming, and it was from marginalized section of the society only. But why only women were coming? So we identified कि in marginalized section, since there is an issue of caste, okay, the male had that ego कि they will not be taken seriously, they will not be taken equally, equality won't be there. So somehow they lose interest because that is the ego plays, while women were more eager to learn. So whenever he conducted workshop, lots of women were coming and joining, and that is how it became women's movement. And women were not fighting for any women causes. The best part was they were fighting against
common causes.
Common. It was
Common
constitutional. The rights that they were not getting. So those were common causes, not women-centric at all. So when people
issues, sanitation, road problem, school education,
yeah, and if you have heard of Manrega, where in villages they are getting money
to do something,
and it's under this government scheme.
Correct.
Okay, but because of the corruption, they were not getting the jobs, they were not getting the money, and because of that, the entire system of their village was going below the poverty line. So uncle used to go to these villages and conduct workshops. They both used to guide people, conduct workshops, teach them about their constitutional rights, about human values, about injustice. So they were पी रही थी ज्ञान जैसे बोलते हैं ना, absorbing हाँ, and women were very responsive, and from there कि it came out of them only that they want to become leaders. So that was their thirst. They want to become leaders
and help others as well.
Yes,
help others.
Other women.
So
helping others gave them the identity and meaning of their lives, and they could just adhere to it.
Correct.
Yes,
I think this is what you explained in the first place. The only way to learn is by helping others.
Yes.
Right. Only
exactly.
Right.
The only way to have courage in yourself is to give some other person's courage. If you want to be, if you want to have courage, give that to others.
तो हम बोलते हैं कि दिए से दीप जलाना, कि आप मशाल जला पाओगे. तो हमारा यही है कि विद कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट यू कैन लाइट, you can bring light, you can create magic with community support. So that this is what we teach in villages ki if you are not alone, if you feel ki there is a problem in your village, you can form your leaders, you can form your own leaders. Do not क्या बोलते हैं seek help from outside. खुद के अंदर power create करो, and you can मतलब तुम system को हिला सकते हो.
So I want to understand this aspect. What are the problems that She Power is currently solving, and how is it solving?
Okay, so She Power project, when you are talking about She Power, so She Power app is a tool, like I told you. She Power project is a project which is formed after we worked in Uttar Pradesh, villages of Uttar Pradesh, and we worked in 50 villages of Uttar Pradesh and identified the problems that women are facing, or rather say people are facing, and women are able to solve them in a better way. So when they are leaders, they are better. Okay, we identified that.
Right.
Okay, so when we identified that women, if they are initiated, if they are ignited, they have that fire which is already inbuilt. You cannot empower women. They are already empowered. You can just ignite that power. So we are igniting that power in women. They are already, because they are already leaders in their homes.
Right.
However, in patriarchal society, we say men are leaders. But when you try to understand how our mothers have been taking care of the entire house and how they are managing everything, you will find they are better leaders. So we also, through this process where we are working with 50 villages, identified that women, if they take power in hand, if they are empowered enough, if they can recognize their inbuilt capacity, they can lead the entire nation also. So when we identified that, we created this She Power project. So under this project, we are trying to empower women, and we are conducting several workshops under financial independence. There we have given names to these projects, which is like you can see on our website also what all these projects are. So we are conducting health camps. We are conducting teaching financial independence to women, where we are calling experts from that domain and conducting workshops and seminars for that. Career counseling facility is also there, where we are inviting domain experts, industry experts, and conducting workshops. Now we are actually focusing on 3 different levels. We are conducting our workshops in colleges, we are conducting in corporate houses, and as well as marginalized section of the society, in villages, remote areas. So that is how we are focusing on 3 major areas where if women can be empowered, they can bring change. Okay, so in colleges, if we are conducting these workshops, we are trying to focus on youth, where women, these young women have a lot of potential, but because of the distraction on social media, they are not able to get proper guidance. So if through She Power, we are trying to provide this proper guidance, and through our digital innovation in social sector, which is She Power app, we would be able to better cater to the needs of women, where through location tracker, they can find out the local leaders in different industries. Wherever they find interest, they can contact their leaders. So that is why we have leader login, where we are inviting all those women leaders in different industries, in different domains. So that through location trackers, they can find out who these women are, their profile, what work they have done. They can join the groups, they can participate in the events that will be conducted by those leaders. So that is how app would be helpful. So until and unless, before we launch the app in any state, for example, we launched the app in Nagpur, Maharashtra, we launched in Uttar Pradesh, we identified that before launching this app, there should be proper understanding how this change will begin and what change it is going to give to the society, bring to the society. So that is why we are conducting these workshops focusing on 3 areas. Now coming to the second, after the students, you understood why the youth is need, because there is a lot of cybercrime going on. They are very much disturbed with that as well. So how She Power is going to help there, because we have the entire force of social activists behind us, because Alpna's father, Mr. Manish Kumar Gupta, he has been working for last 50 years. He is an RTI activist. When the RTI Act was formed, he is a founding member. You can still find his name.
2005.
Yeah, he is the member of, he formed the RTI Act. So he is the founding member. So he understands the concept of constitutional rights, from how a person can avail that. How to understand, how to explore everything, the entire process he understands, and he could very conveniently and with lot of ease, he could transfer that knowledge to those women who were absolutely uneducated. Okay, so now it is much easier for us to impart the same knowledge to any woman, for that matter, be it in rural areas or in urban.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So coming to the next section, which is corporate houses. Now in corporate houses, we identify women are privileged. Why I am calling them privileged? Because they have the privilege of education, they have the privilege of resources, funds they have the privilege of a good class, a community, right, where they have everything provided to them. Where they are lacking is they are not able to identify their own leadership. They are not able to identify their own power. So we are focusing on these women to help them identify that you are privileged, not because you have money or you have a name,
a better
or
lifestyle,
a better lifestyle, or a designation for that matter, but you are in that position where you have seen that struggle when you were a small kid, and now you are a leader. So you know the path. Help those women who are going through this process. So we are bringing those women, we are igniting power and fire in those women to tell them that you have a social responsibility of giving back है ना, you have earned that through the process. Now it is the time to give back to the society. So that is why we are working in this group as well. Now coming to the marginalized society or the villages. Now you see that after this movie Homebound has come, people are talking a lot about marginalized section. Now we went to the Voxen University and one law student had a question that from in a marginalized section where people are so doubtful and they have so low self-esteem and they are so suppressed, and you guys are working with women. So how could you bring that leadership and confidence and courage in those women who are from marginalized section? Okay, marginalized section. Now let me explain what exactly.
Very low caste.
Yeah. So this marginalized section
not allowed to mix with society.
Yeah. So let us understand first what this marginalized section is. So under this marginalized section, there are different subcaste, caste and subcaste. Okay, you understand ki okay they are scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but there are the lowest ones also which clean the gutter. Okay, think about that. Now in this community also there is lot of
women who are coming out as a leader.
Yes, and people are suffering in their caste system as well, not from the upper caste but also within the system, their caste system as well, they are suffering. Now from that section, if the women is coming out, that needs lot of
Coming out means they are becoming leaders and they are able to bring the change in their surroundings. So positive changes in their surroundings.
So She Power is working on these three sections.
How do the family cooperate? Because for a woman to come out, of course there has to be someone, a certain section of community that should actually support them.
So in the beginning there are lots of hurdles. They of course they don't like the ladies to go out. Correct. So they find a way, the women, they find out कि ठीक है दोपहर में चले जाएंगे, खाना बना के चले जाएंगे और हम अपनी जेठानी देवरानी के साथ जा रहे हैं. So they convince, in the beginning they convince to their families like this कि अच्छी जगह जा रहे हैं, वहाँ पे हमें हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट्स के बारे में बताया जा रहा है, क्या गलत है क्या सही है, कैसे आवाज उठाया जाए, कैसे भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ गांधीयन तरीके से लड़ा जाए, और गांधी जी के बारे में, हमारे स्वतंत्रता संग्राम और उनके सेनानियों के बारे में बताया जा रहा है. So they try to convince their families in the beginning, so lots of difficulties, but still they managed. And later on their family themselves support them कि आप जाओ और आप जो है इतना अच्छा चेंज ला रहे हो, आपकी वजह से राशन डीलर भ्रष्टाचार नहीं कर सकता, आपकी वजह से जो है जो स्कूलों में जो राशन आ रहा है वो अच्छा आ रहा है, सड़कें बन रही हैं, तो देन दे फैमिली सपोर्ट्स. So that kind of change also came into light into their families. कि earlier they were like making lots of excuses कि नहीं जाना है, घर में बच्चों का खाना बनाना है, आपको घर का काम करना है, आपको दिहाड़ी मजदूर बन के दिहाड़ी पे जाना है, आपका एक दिन का वेतन कट जाएगा. बट लेटर ऑन जब उन्होंने पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स देखे तो फैमिली ने, उनके पतियों ने, उनके पिताओं ने, भाइयों ने खुद ही सपोर्ट किया और अपने और भी आसपास की और महिलाओं को भी उन्होंने उत्साहित किया कि आप भी जाएं.
देखो कमी किस चीज की है देव, व्हाट वी हैव फाउंड आउट थ्रू मेनी इयर्स दैट अवेयरनेस की कमी है ना, एंड कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट की कमी है. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट एनी सोशल वर्क, ओनली टू थिंग्स आर रिक्वायर्ड. फर्स्ट इज करेज की कमी है अगर आप, तो आप कोई चेंज नहीं ला पाओगे, और दूसरा कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट अगर नहीं मिल रहा है तो आप कहीं ना कहीं थक जाओगे और हार जाओगे. सो दीज टू थिंग्स दैट वी प्रोवाइड थ्रू शी पावर, ओके, थ्रू अवर वर्क, कि आपको करेज हम देंगे. आपको हम करेज कैसे देंगे कि हम आपको बताएंगे अवेयरनेस की व्हाट योर राइट्स आर, और थ्रू कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट.
अवेयरनेस, देन यूनिटी, देन फाइट
टुगेदर.
जागरण, संगठन और संघर्ष. तो सबसे पहला है कि आप उनको जगाओ. तो वो जब वो जागते हैं, उनके अंदर अवेयरनेस आती, तो साथ साथ करेज भी आता है कि हम कर सकते हैं. जब हम उन्हें गांधी बाबा की कहानियां सुनाते हैं, गांधी बाबा ने कैसे गांव की औरतों को उठाया, गांव की औरतों की सहायता से उन्होंने स्वतंत्रता संग्राम लड़ा. 30% गांव, हमारा जो स्वतंत्रता का संग्राम हुआ उसमें गांव की महिलाओं ने एक बड़ी हिस्सेदारी थी उनकी लड़ने में. तो जब हम उनको ये कहानियां सुनाते हैं, तो उनके झांसी की रानी की कहानी सुनाते हैं और कस्तूरबा बाई की कहानी सुनाते हैं, उनके अंदर एक साहस आता है कि अगर वो गरीब महिलाएं थी तो हम भी कर सकते हैं. फिर दूसरी बात, हम उन्हें जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है जो सिखाते हैं कि देखिए आजादी के 75 साल बीत चुके हैं, आज भी आप घूंघट में हैं, अनपढ़ हैं, आपके घर में खाने को नहीं है, तो ये आपकी गलती नहीं है, ये सिस्टम की गलती है। तो जब उनको लगता है कि हमारी गलती नहीं है और ये सिस्टम की गलती है, तो उस सिस्टम से लड़ने के लिए उनके अंदर साहस आता है कि फिर हम अपने बच्चों को ये सिस्टम की गलती नहीं सहने देंगे। तो ये एक जज्बा आता है उनके अंदर, तो ये करेज आता है, और फिर जो है संगठन के द्वारा वो रिजल्ट भी देखती हैं। So that's how we do it.
So that is how women collectives have formed in those villages कि उनको समझ में आया कि करेज तो हमें खुद का लाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन फिर उसके साथ कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट हमें मिल जाएगा। तो हमने लीडर्स बनाए, हर गांव में there are women leaders who have been, if there is any issue faced by any woman in the village, they go all together. So एक बोलते हैं संगठन में शक्ति, तो एक कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट, उसका पावर होता है
कि किसी को जो है थाने जाके रिपोर्ट भी लिखवा
मिलके जाते हैं,
हाँ। 10 महिलाएं जाएंगी, किसी राशन डीलर ने उनको जो है राशन में कुछ कमी बरसी कर दी, उनको ठीक से राशन नहीं दिया जिनका उनको अलॉट था, तो फिर 10 महिलाएं जाएंगी, तो फिर वो जो है सही
तो सब डर के रहते हैं उन 50 विलेजेस में। ऑल दीज पावर होल्डर्स
दे आर
स्कैर्ड ऑफ दीज वुमेन लीडर्स। इवन देयर हस्बैंड्स अप्रिशिएट कि विमेन कि मेरी वाइफ आएगी ना तो तुम्हें बताएगी।
दे गो टू डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट्स ऑफिस एंड कलेक्टर्स ऑफिस, डिस्ट्रिक्ट डेवलपमेंट ऑफिस, एंड वो बोलते हैं कि हम बाहर बात करेंगे नहीं, हम आमने सामने बैठ के बात करेंगे, क्योंकि आपको यहाँ पे सरकार ने हमारे कामों के लिए ही तो रखा है। तो IAS IPS ऑफिसर्स को वो इस रौब के साथ बात करती हैं और कहते हैं हमें पढ़ना, उनके बाहर चपरासी कहते हैं कि तुम साहब से कैसे बात करोगी, तुम्हें पढ़ना तक तो आता नहीं। तो कहते हैं पढ़ना नहीं आता, लेकिन हमें बोलना आता है। और वो जाके जो वहाँ के उस जिले के, मुजफ्फरनगर जिले के डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट हैं, सुपरिटेंडेंट ऑफ पुलिस हैं, वो उनसे इक्वली चीफ मेडिकल ऑफिसर हैं, वो उनसे इक्वल लेवल पे बात करती है, क्योंकि उनके दिमाग में हमने ये बिठाया है कि ये सब लोग जो हैं जो कुर्सी पे, वो आपके काम के लिए, वो
पब्लिक सर्वेंट है,
पब्लिक सर्वेंट, and you have every right to do them, that do this in our village.
You can question them, you can ask whatever you want, and if they are not doing, you can force them to do the right thing.
So that's how we do.
That is how power is generated in the right way.
Wow. No, this is really tangible also, because I've seen your work online as well. It's really tangible, and I'm just wondering अगर ये इंडिया में हर जगह होना शुरू हो जाएगा तो फिर पता नहीं क्या ही, मतलब अगर हम लेट्स से अगर 5 साल में बदलाव आने को है, तो शायद अगर ये सब हर जगह शुरू हो जाएगा तो 2-3 साल में तो we'll get all those results.
We are also expecting the same कि just 2-3 साल और
हमारी शी पावर ऐप के थ्रू जो महिलाएं हैं, भारत की महिलाएं, वो एक साथ जुड़े और सब एक साथ संगठित होके जहाँ भी जरूरत है वहाँ जाएं और चेंज लाएं। हम भी यही चाहते हैं।
First of all, I really want to know any story that has inspired you as well when it comes to women, because I'm sure you must be hearing about different stories every day and you are also helping them. But I want to understand, is there any story that has actually helped you or moved you, during your journey of She Power?
There are so many stories, because every day when we visit these villages, every woman who is coming from the marginalized section is itself a big inspiration, and we get a lot of inspiration, and we share courage with each other. But there is one story I would especially like to mention, story of Pushpa. Okay. So Pushpa is now She Power leader. Okay, and she is bringing a lot of change in many neighboring villages as well. But her story started when she was living in a hay house, the village where there was no electricity, no construction of road, no sanitation, nothing. It was a very poor village. One day her daughter, her entire family, where she was a widow, and she had one 5-year-old daughter and one goat. They were all sleeping inside the house, and it was a hay house, and there was a oil diya which was kept inside for the light. She was sleeping because she had a fever. She took the medicine and passed out. While her daughter was playing with that lamp diya and with the bakri, and all of a sudden the fire broke and it covered the entire house. Some people took out Pushpa.
The whole hut, it was a small
it was covered in fire.
So burnt completely.
So when she came into senses, people told that she lost her only daughter. She was already a widow. She lost her only daughter, and the only source of income was that goat. Okay, so she lost that goat also. So there was no income, no family now for her. She was all alone. So we went there, we gave her a lot of courage, and we helped her get 5 lakh sanctioned from government. But you would see what kind of person she was. She was really inspired with the kind of work we were doing for women and the courage we gave her instantly. She instantly decided to become part of our She Power, and even the money that came gradually to her, she only invested 1 lakh in construction of her own house. Rest of it she dedicated to her village only in construction.
She helped many other women with that money which she got as compensation from the government.
So now she is a very fierce leader of She Power, and she is bringing lot of change, not only in her village, but
awareness to many poor women like her.
In neighboring villages also she would go conduct workshops, and she is in itself a big inspiration for everyone.
Right. How do you feel when you see that an idea of yours, and then you worked on it, and then you both had lots of discussion, 2 years to make the app, and now you're connected with different people, and out of that small spark of let's try and do something, today there are many women like Pushpa. I'm sure Pushpa is just one, but there are thousands of women or hundreds of women as of now that you're changing their lives. I want to understand, how do you feel? How do you both feel inside?
I feel inspired, and other than inspired, I see lots of hope for coming future for our country and for the world as well. And if these women who are illiterate, who didn't have any facilities, even after so many years, our country got freedom. So I feel lots of hope. If they could bring lots of positive change in their society, be it corruption, be it education or health system or anything like that. So I see that if these women can bring change, so the future of my country and my world is very much bright, and God will bring these women into power one day, and those illiterate, uneducated women will become a force to bring that positive divine change into our country and our world.
Right. And how do you feel, Apurva? Because you have your own story, you have had your own struggles, and now you're changing other women's life as well.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel that yes, there is a superpower, there is a supreme energy which is guiding all of us, and even through our struggles, we should see that that those struggles are making you. So when I meet these women, I share my story with all of them, and they share their story with me, and that is how we share the courage with each other. So that is the fundamental concept of She Power: sharing energy, sharing courage and power with each other. So that is how I feel that if I was privileged, I see power and courage in those women who were underprivileged, and still they have the voice, still they are struggling, still they are fighting with the system. So I also have the same, what Alpna said, we have the hope for our country, if these women can stand against the wrongdoings, all of us can.
Right. One question that I want to ask is, and this is for both of you. I want to understand this aspect now that you're working with women, and you've been working since your childhood, and now you've also started a couple of years. I want to understand, what do you think is the real problem that women face these days, both urban or rural, but we'll focus more rural. I want to understand, what are the major concerns, major challenges that women face these days?
So the main challenge women face all over across the India is, the first, they are so much aware. They are not aware of their identity as human. They are marginalized as women, mere women only. So when it comes to women, so they don't have that dignity of being women. So they are not human anymore in the eyes of society. They are just women. They don't have any equal rights. They don't have any freedom, and they have to bear certain norms of society, which actually kill their future, their voice, and their courage, their identity. So that's the main problem. The societal pressure of being a woman on women. That is the main cause. So that is very important. Once we women start living as human, and we start addressing our all needs as human, and we start exercising all our rights as human,
Right.
then I think 80% of the problems of women will be solved.
Right.
And then other problems like education, sanitary, and all those problems, I think the main thing is societal pressure that they have to behave in a certain way, like because they are women, is the main problem. So be it urban, be it rural, be it educated, be it uneducated. So burden of being woman is the main problem.
For women, there are lots of rights, there are lots of laws. Our government has always been pro-women as well. Governments, they make different policies as well, and for the betterment of women again. But I think there is a certain gap, because you just mentioned about how there are certain inadequacies from the point of view of government as well, which is why the certain problem that still exists even after 75 years of our independence. So I want to understand, what do you think government should really look into, especially to bring this change and fast forward this whole development, especially for women, that aspect? What role should government play other than just making policies and laws and seeing whether they are executed or not? What are the problems or what are the gaps that government should fill?
So the main problem, government's policies, and why they are not able to reach the people whom should be benefited by those policies, is corruption, the system, the lack of a good system without corruption is the main area where government should work. Government should be more focused on how to make their system, the government system, work properly. Because of the corruption and corruption only, the policies are not reaching to the needy people, and all the laws and everything is good, constitution is good, preamble is good, laws are good, but still there are places where there is no road, no sanitation, no electricity, right? And and government is spending crores and crores rupees in these fundamental structures, infrastructures. This is not happening. So there are roads, but what about the roads which leads us to village? People live there also. So because of corruption, अगर जो है गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ करप्शन पे काम कर ले, strongly, willingly, honestly, I think 99% problems of India will be solved. But the way government are built, the political parties, the elections and all, so I don't think in future that any government will be fair enough or honest enough to curb this problem of corruption. So that is the main problem. So it's not going to happen from government side. It's never going to happen. No problem of women or poor is going to be removed by government, because the way government are built, the way government, जिस तरह से हमारे देश की सरकारें बनती है, वो पहले से भ्रष्टाचार के आधार पे ही वो चुनाव लड़े जाते हैं, पैसे के आधार पे ही चुनाव लड़े जाते हैं और गवर्नमेंट खड़ी होती है, सरकारें बनती है। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि सरकार की तरफ से हम ऐसा कुछ भी कर सकते हैं कि हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स दूर होंगी। सरकार पॉलिसी बना देगी, लेकिन वो पॉलिसी गरीबों तक पहुंचेगी, जरूरतमंदों तक पहुंचेगी नहीं, क्योंकि भ्रष्टाचार है। भ्रष्टाचार क्यों है? क्योंकि सरकारें खुद भ्रष्टाचार के आधार पर खड़ी हुई है और बनी है। क्योंकि जो आज की हमारी चुनावी राजनीति है, जो लोकतंत्र है, वो सिर्फ भ्रष्टाचार और पैसे के आधार पर ही बना हुआ है। तो हम सबको कहीं ना कहीं इस बात को हम जानते हैं। तो ये कोशिश जो है हमें नीचे से ही करनी पड़ेगी, ग्रास रूट लेवल से ही करनी पड़ेगी। मैं आपको एक उदाहरण देती हूँ, और इस सिस्टम में बहुत अच्छे लोग भी हैं इसी गवर्नमेंट में। तो मैं आपको एक अभी का उदाहरण देती हूँ, 2 महीने पहले का। तो 2 महीने पहले हमारे मुजफ्फरनगर का जो जिला अस्पताल है, वहाँ पे इतना भ्रष्टाचार होता है, सभी जिला अस्पतालों में होता है। आप 1 रुपए की पर्ची काटकर कोई भी गरीब आदमी वहाँ कितना भी महंगे से महंगा इलाज करवा सकता है, लेकिन रियलिटी में ऐसा नहीं है, जमीनी स्तर पर ऐसा नहीं है। आप वहाँ जाएंगे, आपसे हर कदम कदम पर या तो 500 रुपए, आप गरीब हैं, गरीब आदमियों से, गरीब औरतों से 500 रुपए 100 रुपए मांगे जाएंगे, और इलाज के नाम पर और टेस्टों के नाम पर कह दिया जाएगा कि यहाँ पे टेस्ट नहीं होता है, आप बड़े अस्पताल जाओ, प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स में जाओ। ये सब जगह भारत में हर सरकारी अस्पताल की यही हालत है, जबकि इन सरकारी अस्पतालों के नाम पर गवर्नमेंट से करोड़ों रुपया आता है, हर साल सैंक्शन होता है। तो वहां पर हमारी एक शी पावर की वर्कर कुसुम वो खड़ी हुई, उसने देखा कि कुसुम की वहां पे जो है बहुत भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है। पहले तो उसने बहुत औरतों को जो वहां पे आ रही थी उनको कहा कि मैं आपके साथ चलती हूँ और आपसे कोई 1 रुपए के अलावा कोई भी पैसा मांगेगा तो हम उसका विरोध करेंगे, वहीं पे धरना के लिए बैठ जाएंगे ताकि वो डरे। और वो डरे भी, लेकिन कुसुम की अपनी एक सीमा थी, वो कब तक वहां खड़ी रहती है ना। तो फिर वहां पर कुछ महिलाओं ने, जिनमें अपूर्वा भी एक थी और मनीष कुमार गुप्ता जी भी एडवोकेट भी थे, तो कुछ महिलाओं ने वह धरना दिया, प्रदर्शन करा 2 घंटे तक बैठ के कि हम चाहते हैं कि इस अस्पताल में जो है बहुत भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है। वो उसको मीडिया में लाई, धरना प्रदर्शन शांति के साथ वहां बैठी और उन्होंने कहा कि हम सीएमओ से बात करना चाहते हैं। सीएमओ बहुत अच्छे थे, उन्होंने इन महिलाओं को बातचीत के लिए बुलाया, उनकी दिक्कतें सुनी और कहा कि आज के बाद मैं ये आप जब भी हम भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ या कोई भी नया नियम बनाएंगे हम आपको अपने साथ बिठाएंगे और आज के बाद मैं आपको वादा करता हूँ कि इस अस्पताल में भ्रष्टाचार का नामो निशान नहीं रहेगा। सीएमओ साहब ने इतने अच्छे कार्य करे, लाउड स्पीकर से वहां पे लाउड स्पीकर से लगातार घोषणा होती है कि 1 रुपए के अतिरिक्त अगर आपसे कोई भी पैसा मांग रहा है तो इस नंबर पर फोन करिए, इस आदमी के पास जाइए और सारे टेस्ट वहां पे मुहैया है, अवेलेबल है। तो ये चेंज जो है ये गवर्नमेंट नहीं ला पाई, लेकिन ये ग्रास रूट लेवल से चेंज आ गया। तो मुझे लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट जो है, सॉरी टू से बट गवर्नमेंट का इसमें कोई हाथ नहीं। अगर वो ऑनेस्टली करप्शन को खत्म करने में ऑनेस्ट कोई सरकार ऐसी आती है भविष्य में जो भ्रष्टाचार खत्म करने के लिए ईमानदार है तो शायद हो सकता है, वरना तब तक तो जो है ग्रास रूट लेवल से जो हमारे विमेन एम्पावरमेंट के आंदोलन है इन्हीं के द्वारा हमारा औरतों की स्थिति और भारत की स्थिति इंप्रूव होगी।
You know, I have this important question, but then now since you both are here, I'll first ask you, Alpana. I want you to answer me this. Define Apurva in 3 words. I basically do it with the guests, ki define yourself in, but now since you both are here, I want you to define her. And
so I would say knowledge,
knowledgeable,
discipline, energy.
And how do you define Alpana?
I would say love, faith, and courage.
Cool. So since you have answered this, the next question is, what do you think life is all about, Alpana? Right? I mean, you have lived for more than...
Life is all about being happy and make your creator happy with yourself. Yes.
So your life mantra is to go and find your happiness.
Yes.
And yours?
Same. My life mantra is that live in the moment. Enjoy every moment, find happiness in every moment, and if you are not finding happiness in this moment, then there is some basic problem. You have to resolve that problem and get back to your basic state, which is happiness.
Right.
So I get back to my basic state, which is like as a child's basic state is happiness, until unless he develops his mind. Then the lows and ups, downs, and all those moments come later. So I always try to figure it out what my main happiness mantra is, and that is always trying to identify lows and highs. Focus on highs, focus on remaining in the moment, enjoy every moment with 100%. Just be present there and experience and explore that particular moment.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing all of these. But this is the last question that I'll ask. I know that you are here for for almost 6 hours now, and this is the longest ever podcast that I've been with any guest. But having said that, this is the last question. I want to understand what is your mission and vision from here on for She Power? What do you want to work on from here on? And currently, where are you exactly? What are you looking for? Are there any challenges that you're facing? And how are you going to solve them? And let's say 5 years down the line, I shouldn't be asking you this because you both believe in present, but let's say 5 years down the line, if you may answer this, how do you want She Power to be?
So I will give a short answer and I will leave it to her to give you an elaborate one.
Right, of course.
So my vision is one world, one humanity. That's it. So I think all this She Power and all this is the process. So how to reach to that
is
wonderful vision of having one world, no boundaries, no army, no government, just freedom for all humanity, living in full harmony, And just like heaven, just I think the God has perceived the earth.
But do you think that's possible, Alpana?
My vision is, my dream is that, and I'm working towards that. So of course I think that it's possible.
Right. No, she doesn't believe anything is impossible. I just heard so.
Yeah.
And this she power is the process.
The tool,
the process. How do we reach here? God, as you told, and you understood that we live in present moment. So the vision is there, and we are doing whatever is required to do in this present moment. And we know that one day, step by step, we'll reach there. That's very much possible, and with my core, I believe in that.
Right. That's really very powerful what you mentioned. I hope everything comes true. And let me know in whatever way I can help you. I can be a part of it. I definitely want to be a part of it. Help me by letting you help. Help me by letting me help you in some or the other way. I think that would be my luck. But yes, Apurva, I'd want to understand what are your personal professional goals. How do you see She Power in the coming future, and what stage is it in? It is in currently, and how do you want it to grow?
Okay, like she said, she has a very vast, very big vision, and I feel that once you have seen that vision, once you have seen that dream, the work is half done. So work is already half done once you decide, once you see that vision
that you want to do, right?
Yes. So that the wheel is already rolling, and the work has already been started. We are no one to expect any result from the work that we are doing. However, we are putting our 100%. So coming back to She Power, when we started working towards She Power, or when we created She Power app, the only purpose and the vision was to create a force of women leaders, to ignite courage and power in women who think that they are marginalized, they are less powerful, they are inferior to men, and they always need a support system around them if they want to see a dream. So if you are dreaming big, you are only sufficient. You and only you can make that dream possible.
Right.
Okay. So with She Power, we see the same dream for all those women who are going to become part of She Power project, who want to become members or volunteers or leaders, or just part of She Power app, just want to use the app. We just want to share the same power and give the same hope to all these women that if you want to fulfill any dream that you have seen for yourself, any goal, any career that you want to pursue, we are there to provide you all the support system. She Power app is a community, is a platform which is safe for you. We have created this app in 12 regional languages so that we can reach out to all the women who are there in different parts of the country, from Ladakh to Kanyakumari to Kashmir to any part of the country which is where the help is not reaching. So that is our purpose, that is our goal when we see She Power, and that is the reason we are uniting all the women from different domains across the industries together to become one power. So that is our mission.
Right. It's amazing that I've met you both, and I know for sure that your dream will come true for sure. And having said that, what I do is basically whenever I call my guests, I basically don't restrict the impact to the studio. What I do is I also give them a philanthropic dare, right? So I give them, talk to some students and inspire them, or go to a school and, distribute some food, underprivileged school and distribute some food, or go to a old age home and, talk to the old people there, something or the other. So I give philanthropic dares, but you both are already in the philanthropic aspect, so I can't give you any more days. You're already doing so much good to the society. But whenever you're going to conduct the next workshop, please call me in Hyderabad or anywhere. Do let me know. I'd come there. I'd want to see the impact that you guys are creating live, and I'm sure it would be a wholesome experience for me. All right, so you definitely call me.
Yeah,
Definitely. We are conducting series of events in colleges
And, they are
as
like
of now.
College events, and then corporate, and then I go to slums also.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Where
like
would you
with
like to come?
No, anywhere, please. You let me know. I'll come everywhere. You tell
All right.
me. Just tell me, 2 to 3 days before, because sometimes my calendar is full.
Okay.
Just let me know. I'll come to everywhere. I'll definitely want to meet and
really
see the kind of good that you both are doing. And I'm sure आपके लिए उनके लिए तो आप ही भगवान होंगे आज के दिन में. तो right,
No,
right,
no,
right.
we are
But-
not political leaders.
Right. Thank you so much. On
Thank
this note,
you.
I'll wrap the podcast here. Thank you so much
We
for
had
Thanks
lots
for
of
your
fun.
time.
And at such a young age, you have so many wonderful questions. I'm so pleased and surprised,
right,
pleasantly surprised.
right.
And
Thank you
wish
so
you
much.
best of luck for your future.
Thank you.
And
Thank
We
you.
see
our
lots of
country needs
hope in
lots
you.
of, and
Yeah.
our country needs lots of youth like you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.